Morning, everybody. It's 8:22, and I'm getting this done a little early because mortgage apps, which were down 6.3% versus up 0.2% last week, and the week before were down over 6%, is already out, and the beige book does not come out until 2 o'clock. So Asia and Europe were both kind of mixed, not really much going on there. And excuse me, I listened to uh, Mayor Pete come on, our Secretary of Transportation, and could not answer the question as to why the government uh, does not invite Elon Musk to the discussions on EV production. And the only thing I can think of is that this is more BS from Biden doing the same thing that he and Obama did with picking winners and losers. And of course, they brought Solyndra to us, which was a huge loss for the taxpayers, of course. Netflix with Squid Games came out with decent earnings. The stock moved up to 639. Adding subscribers was substantial. The stock got up to 663, but has since turned down yesterday. Traded down to 620. Last is 627.40, down 1160. And I have to say it's probably more involved with the 20% rise that Netflix has had in the very recent past. ASML misses on revenue, beats on earnings, but offers lower guidance. The stock closed yesterday 805, traded as low as 778. Last is 784.39, down 2062 or 2.6%. Brinker, owner of Chili's and others, a miss, closed 48.95, traded down to 41.63, last 42.60, down 6.35 or 12%. WD40 missed on the basis of input costs, closed 229.29 yesterday, traded as low as 199.99, last 206.80, down 22.49, 9.8%. UAL says that pandemic aid helped, but the Delta variant is a problem, slowing growth. And the CEO was on talking about what a great bargain airfares is, that, your hotel may cost more for a night than your airfare. So I'm going to say that I don't really have to have a $600 a night room in Miami to make it more expensive. In the meantime, the stock is 47.05, up about 80 cents, 1.6%. Novavax, NVAX, getting crushed, 118 down 42.55, 26.5%, having production issues with their COVID vaccine. Verizon miss on beat, miss on revenues, beat on earnings, and the stock is up 40 cents. And Abbott did much better than that. Beat top and bottom. Stock is 122.80, up 346 or 2.9%. And Facebook pulling a dragnet. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, because you're either not old enough to have ever seen dragnet, or you're old enough to have forgotten about it, going to change their name, rebrand themselves. And the dragnet reference is the beginning of the old TV show that said only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. So in this case, they're going to change the name to protect the guilty. Okay, chart on the screen. Bonds, very interesting. Came down hard. We were long in here and sold them in here for a loss. As a matter of fact, a moderately substantial loss of about 70%. Fortunately, it was an appropriately sized position, so it wasn't a big loss. But it came right back down to that trend line. Let me show you what that actually looks like so that you have a better frame of reference. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, so the frame of reference is the low from early November of 2018 through the low here in March, mid-March, the Ides of March, March 15th, right back down to where it bounced and has now spent basically 3 weeks just over the 200-week moving average and the long-term trend line. So we may see a pop here. I think rates continue to go up, so this continues to come down, probably back down into this 153 area. But as of now, it is holding. The percentage play here would be to buy it with a stop just below 157.03, so let's call it 156 and 30 seconds, because we would be into the support here in that area. But if it does break, like I said, first stop 153, next stop probably 150. Okay, gold turned back around after disappointing yesterday and closing well off the highs after a really nice rally, which, by the way, we took part in the GDX, the gold miners, paid 48 cents for those calls, sold half at 96 and half at $1.33. That's around where they're still hanging, but as you can see, let's go back to the daily so you can see what I'm talking about. We sold off $30 on Friday. Had a small little bounce, continue to the downside, right onto that 20-day moving average. Then yesterday came off that, got as high as 1786, but closed towards the bottom at 1770. Today has never been down more than about $2. Last night when I did the closing video, it was down about $2. The high here, 1786 even. Today's high, 1785.40 so far. Really like to see it close above that. But we do run into this falling 100-day as well as the 200-day. So this is an area of some concern. As you can see, the 5-day is rolling over a bit. We're also short the oil right around the area that it is right now, down 88 cents, an inside day. So we had the run up, which went through the upside Bollinger Band that I used in the Sunday letter. So the range was 81.21 to 83.18. That was a new recovery high. Then yesterday's range, 81.08. So a slightly lower low and a lower high, closing up 75 cents. Today, a lower high and a higher low. So far an inside day and down 87 cents. So we'll have to see how that one works out. If it doesn't break in here, I'm just going to assume that the trend is still intact. I do believe it's going to 90, 92 on this run, but I was expecting it to come back down into the 78.5, 79.5 area and test the most recent breakout. So I'm keeping an eye on it. All right, everyone. I'll be back later on in the day. Have a good morning.